our minds tend to focus on what we lack instead of what we want. Visualization is a way to train and expand the mind, making room for the manifestation of our deepest desires. Joseph, the author of the best-selling personal development book The Power of the Subconscious Mind, states that any beliefs, thoughts, and opinions we imprint on our subconscious minds manifest in our experiences. So, how can we make our subconscious mind work for us? How does desire visualization help us overcome negative thoughts? These are the topics we'll discuss in today's video, in the light of Murphy's teachings. Let's begin. Michelangelo was perhaps the greatest sculptor in history. He said, "I saw the angel in the marble and carved until I set it free." His mental images allowed brilliant creations to spring forth from his subconscious mind. Similarly, when we visualize our desires, we immerse ourselves in the state of having them, activating our minds to work in our favor. This is what makes visualization of your desires crucial. Let's take an example to understand how visualizations help us live in the state of having our desires. Imagine a woman living in the city. She envisions herself moving to a small village outside the city, where she can start a new life and write a novel. She visualizes herself sitting at a wooden table, sipping a cup of hot coffee while finishing the last pages of her book. She feels the warm sun shining through a large panoramic window and hears the gentle morning birdsong. She can see the calm lake with its cool water from her house window. As she thinks about all this, she feels completely content and at peace, not just in her imagination but also in reality. Now, when she repeats this scene in her imagination, her subconscious mind starts to feel as if it's real. She experiences the same feelings and emotions as she would in reality. Repeating the same scene impresses her subconscious mind, and eventually, the resources become available to bring about the situation she imagined. Circumstances are automatically created in favor of the goal she envisioned. For example, the woman imagining moving to a village and writing a novel may receive a surprise call from an old friend who recently moved to that village and invites her to visit. The fact is, our subconscious mind cannot distinguish between reality and imagination. If you imagine it, it produces the same emotions and feelings it would in reality. Joseph explains that there are two parts of the brain, the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is responsible for producing emotions and feelings that affect our attitudes, behavior, decisions, and actions in our daily lives. However, it operates below the conscious mind and cannot differentiate between imagination and reality. It simply receives instructions from the conscious mind in the form of thoughts and produces relevant emotions or feelings because it's closely linked to the conscious mind. Anything the conscious mind sends its way, it accepts without questioning and considers real. Now, if we depict a scene in our conscious mind, our subconscious mind will accept it as real and give rise to the same emotions and feelings it would in a real situation. The scientist and pharmacologist Dr. Hamilton studied the mind-body connection and wrote in his book, "It's the thought that counts, that mind over matter really works." He emphasized the power of thoughts, feelings, and intentions to positively affect our health. He frequently talked about visualization and suggested various visualization techniques used by thousands of people worldwide. In an article titled "Visualization Alters the Brain and Body," he wrote, "Your brain can't distinguish between whether you're imagining something or if it's real." In his book, he referred to an experiment conducted by scientists at Harvard University involving brain scans and imagery. They taught a simple 5-finger piano note combination to one group of people who practiced physically for 2 hours a day for 5 consecutive days. Another group didn't physically play the notes but instead imagined playing them. They visualized the same combination for the same duration, 2 hours a day for 5 days. Dr. Hamilton states that the brain scans of those who physically practiced and those who only imagined were identical. This is because the brain cannot differentiate between what's real and what's imagined. Using visualizations, we can make positive impressions on our subconscious minds that lead us to experience the desired circumstances in our lives. Now, let's discuss which visualization techniques or methods you can use to visualize your desires. Here, I'll share with you some of the best methods recommended by Joseph and other renowned personal development teachers. The first method is to meditate on the condition you want to manifest. Dr. Wayne Dyer, a globally recognized personal development author and speaker, writes in his book about continually contemplating yourself being surrounded by the conditions you want to create. He illustrated this idea by saying the Wright brothers didn't contemplate things staying on the ground, just as Thomas Edison didn't contemplate the darkness of things. Instead, they focused their attention and energy on a compelling vision that motivated them to achieve their goals. The second technique involves meditating on a single word or affirmation. This is a straightforward technique where you write an affirmation, a sentence, or even a single word that expresses your desire. For example, if you want to become a globally known author, you can write something like, "I am a globally recognized author." Write it on a card and focus on it for 2 to 5 minutes in the morning. This phrase or word will be imprinted in your subconscious mind. This technique is highly effective because in the morning, your mind is sharp and at its full potential, making it easier to vividly imagine what you want to manifest in your life. Some experts suggest practicing this technique for 21 days, but according to Joseph, it depends on various factors, such as what you want and your beliefs about your desire. It also depends on your emotions and feelings. If you deeply and positively feel your desire, you'll be able to visualize it more clearly, and it will become your reality. The third visualization technique is the movie technique. This is the famous technique advocated by Joseph Murphy and often mentioned in his book. There's a famous Chinese proverb that says, "An image is worth 1,000 words." William James, the father of American psychology, emphasized that the subconscious mind will bring forth any image held in the mind and supported by faith. In this technique, you simply create a movie or scene that suggests what will happen when you manifest your desire or how you will manifest it. You imagine and visualize this scene repeatedly with strong emotions, as if it were happening in reality. If you successfully create and imagine such a scene daily for some time, with strong emotions and feelings, life will lead you to a situation where it will happen in reality. The fourth helpful visualization technique is using a vision board. A vision board can add clarity and make dreams and goals indelible in your mind. On a poster board of any size, collect photos, symbols, and words from magazines and other sources that represent everything you desire, from a vacation in Italy to completing a long-standing project. Use creativity and intention and think about everything you want. Keep this board in a place where you can see it daily. It's a good idea to include affirmations or phrases that remind you of your desire. Whenever you look at it, you'll practically visualize your desire. Now, we've discussed 4 techniques that can help you visualize your desire, but many people complain that visualizations don't work. Let's discuss the reasons why these techniques might fail so you can avoid them from the start. Failure is usually caused by a lack of belief and trying too hard. Throughout his book, Joseph Murphy repeats the phrase, "It will be easy when you ask, believe, and let go to receive." The process is simple. Make positive suggestions to your subconscious mind, trust it, and let go to allow it to work for you. Negative thoughts and doubts, such as "things are getting worse," "I won't get a response," or "it's impossible," can easily lead to failure if repeated frequently and with intensity. Reject all negative thoughts that come to your mind about yourself or your desires and refuse to give them any importance or attention. Neutralize negative thoughts as quickly as possible. For example, if you think, "I'm not smart," immediately break that pattern and say, "I am incredibly intelligent." If you don't believe what you're saying to yourself, it won't happen in reality. Be bold enough to assert that it's your right to be wealthy, and your subconscious mind will honor your claim. If you're struggling in any area of your life, it means your subconscious mind isn't entirely convinced that you'll always have what you desire. First, you must strongly believe that you deserve everything you want and more to fulfill any of your goals. When you believe strongly that you deserve what you desire, it will automatically be drawn to you. These techniques are effective and have helped thousands of people. You can use a vision board in combination with any other technique because it will remind you of your desires. I hope you enjoyed the video.